Maria, you remember the debates we had after President Biden was sworn in, when the Democrats shoved nearly $2 trillion of stimulus spending unpaid for into this economy, when we already had $1 trillion of unspent COVID dollars in the December prior to President Biden being sworn in. Even Lawrence Summers said that was going to be inflationary. Look, it was. At the same time, he's shutting down Made in America Energy. He shut down the Keystone Pipeline, which comes into Montana, shuts that down. He shuts down LNG permits. The American people are screaming, like, what are you doing in terms of shutting down American energy, shoveling cash into the economy here that drives our debt now up to $35 trillion, which these are inflationary pressures. Look, the blame falls on his lap, and he is running away from that. The American people see through that, and that's why you see President Trump's numbers strengthening every day.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of your state, Montana, Jonathan Fahey, jump in here. You've got a question there, don't you?
Yeah, you represent my second favorite state, Senator, and I want to ask you about your Senator Jon Tester and his campaign for re-election, and how do you get the message to Montana voters that Senator Tester is just simply a rubber stamp for the Schumer agenda, the open borders agenda, because when he's campaigning in Montana, he campaigns one way and certainly is fully in line the other way. But how are you doing connecting with the voters of Montana to get that message across?
Well, we've got a great candidate in Tim Sheehy, a Navy SEAL, a Naval Academy graduate, 100 combat missions as SEAL. His wife's a Marine. Amazing story. This is a contrast. Jon Tester votes with Joe Biden 95% of the time. You know, we're one of these few states where there is a Democrat senator and a Republican senator. It's like we're representing two different states. Sometimes I feel like two different countries. When you take a look at how Jon Tester votes and how I vote, that is being clearly explained now to the people of Montana. You take a look at Jon Tester opposed everything that President Trump did, all the Supreme Court justices, the Trump tax cuts. Jon Tester voted no, and then Jon Tester's voting yes for everything that Joe Biden's standing for as I oppose it. That's a really important contrast. President Trump is going to win the state of Montana by 20 points. That is a big problem for Jon Tester.
Well, Senator, I want to ask you about your work as the chairman of the National Republican Senatorial Committee and your efforts to win back that Senate, this November. Axios is reporting the Democrat Senate candidates are routing the GOP in fundraising. They say just about every Democrat running in competitive Senate races significantly outraises their GOP challenger in the first quarter of the year. So how do you overcome this? And if things are going so well, how come you're not keeping up with fundraising?
Yeah, look, we've got to compete with the elite billionaires, these tech billionaires that are pouring money in to the cause for the left. It's the same billionaires that are funding some of these pro-Hamas encampments across our universities in our great country. And we need help from the patriots, the grassroots efforts. We have a website. It's Senate24.com. Senate24.com. We need help. We need to have the American people showing up with $10, $20, $50 kind of contributions. That's going to be key to get the grassroots support from grassroots patriots, because we've got the right candidates in the right states. At this moment, we are being outraised by the liberal elites. We've got to fight back.
Yeah, and I know that you visited the George Washington University anti-Israel encampment before police broke it up, and they arrested more than 30 people. Missouri Congresswoman Cori Bush, she was upset about the police even being there. Watch this.
We woke up this morning to the disturbing news that D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department had raided the GW Gaza Solidarity encampment and assaulted, pepper sprayed, and arrested the nonviolent student protesters in the middle of the night. This is all happening because those who refuse to stop the ongoing genocide in Gaza think they can arrest and brutalize their way out of this situation.
Okay, so, Senator, it's the police's fault.
Maria, I walked on the GW campus on Tuesday. I showed up, saw the encampment. I went to the statue of George Washington, wrapped in 2 Palestinian flags. He had a headscarf, the black and white checkered headscarf wrapped around his face. It had red spray paint, said genocide on it. It had been defaced with graffiti. It had, from the river to the sea, eliminating the Jews from Israel. Talked about free Palestine. They had a whiteboard set up that said no Zionism. Look, those same protesters went to the president of GW's house later that night and called for the beheading the beheading of some of the leaders at the university. You call those peaceful protesters? Those are jihadists right now. This is a radical movement that's happening in our country, and thank God for law enforcement that cleared out those encampments here. I stand with law enforcement, as Republicans do, and Joe Biden is standing with these pro-Hamas demonstrators.
Yeah, pretty extraordinary and certainly disturbing. Senator, thank you. We will follow your work. Steve Daines joining us this morning. We'll be right back.